Hey guys, Dr. Meyer here. Today I want to talk about the internet. I have several patients in the last few days who come in and are a bit troubled by some things that they've read on social media, various things about the coronavirus, and pretty much they all come out of it with a sense of doom and gloom that there's nothing that can be done. And part of the videos I've been putting together so far are to show that our neurology, what's going on in our brain and in our endocrine system in response to threat or danger, has a negative effect on our immune system. So if you want to have a better defense against the coronavirus, work to rebuild your internal resistance to it. So part of that is calming the mind and not being as worried and frustrated by the situation. If you want to take rats and make them sick so that a virus will kill them, what you do is you put them in a cage and you expose them to constant threat. You know, you have a bird, prey fly over them repeatedly, and you give them no refuge where they can hide. And so they're exposed to this constantly. And what it does is each day their immune cells that are produced are more inflammatory. They're not able to be recalled by cortisol, which is the main anti-inflammatory hormones. What happens is you end up with these animals that have a heightened inflammatory response. And so a virus will literally kill them, whereas a control group, it will not. And so you wonder to what extent are we rats in a cage, so to speak, for the internet, where we're being exposed to this threat with no sense of any ability to do anything about it. So there are all kind of theories out there. I'm not going to, give them any press, or time at this point. But a theory is only useful, in my opinion, if it gives us some tools with which to make a change in our lives in a positive way. So if all the experts that you see give you a sense of doom and gloom and there's nothing to be done, or it's this technology or this conspiracy, then I would consider setting that aside and saying, okay, can I cultivate some areas of my life where I can take some action? So the exercises I've put up on YouTube, I would encourage those. And then just a little bit more about dopamine, or the neurochemistry behind this, that might be useful. You understand, is dopamine is the neurochemical of attention, and it is what the internet and most hedonic or pleasure producing substances, chocolate, cocaine, crack, so forth, cat videos, all release in your brain. And the way it works is it's the opposite, or the other side of the coin, of serotonin, which is the neurochemical of happiness, satisfaction, and generally sense that you've got enough food or what have you, whereas dopamine is one more bite or one more click. And so if our brains have been optimized to produce dopamine by the internet, by the technology that we work with, it may be worth taking a break from it. Some people talk about a dopamine fast, as taking several days or even a full day away from your devices to just let the brain reset and cultivate more of a serotonin response in the body. Oftentimes people will sleep better, their digestive systems will improve. Not 90% of the serotonin in the body is in the gut, so that has a huge influence on that. And the idea of taking control over our mental state to influence our immune response so that when the virus comes, we have the internal resources to deal with it is what I'm encouraging you to focus on. So stay away from the doom and gloom as much as possible. Let's take some action steps in the areas that we can, and let's face this virus with our fullest personal strength that we can. Thank you.